I'm Director of Cinema Verde Environmental Film and Arts Festival.
My name is Kurt Offenberg. I'm the Operations Coordinator at the Florida Museum of Natural History at Powell Hall, exhibits and public programs.
I'm Jeff Huber, and like I said, an exhibit specialist, and so I do the artwork here.
I wanted to find more ways to bring the information to reach more people. I realized that if someone didn't already care about the environment, they were very unlikely to pick up a book or read an article about it. So I thought movies tell the stories in a quick and sometimes more entertaining way, and people enjoy getting together to watch films, and you know, we do dinner and a movie. We try to put a lot of fun activities into it.
I'm project manager on most of the exhibits that come through the temporary exhibition hall. The Titanoboa, I was project manager on that. I was project manager on the Fossil Hall, and I also do facilities and everything else.
So I build exhibits. I am the lead sculptor here, and so I do a lot of the sculptures and stuff that are used for the exhibits.
Our ideal audience are people who have not already been fully informed of this information. However, our biggest and our best, the audience that we have, are people who do know and want to know more.
You also have to have an understanding of how people learn. You need to know, have a very keen sense of how people learn and how different people learn differently. Kids learn differently than adults, and adults. Some adults read a lot, some don't read hardly anything. They want to look at pictures, but some will be studiers, some will, well, there's a thing called streaking, strolling, and studying. And so you streak through the exhibit, you don't even look at hardly anything. You stroll through it, you look at a few things, and you study everything. Those are the three types of people that come through to any museum.
There's a food night, and so anybody who's interested in food, that's usually our biggest night. And all of our films are food related, the sustainability of food, and we have a potluck and invite people to come and get local food from the farmers and show them how we appreciate their work, and then invite the farmers to come in to see the films for free. We do a fair, a couple of days with a fair where environmental organizations can come and connect with people and let them know what kind of work they're doing and see if they would like to help. With the festival, there are many different things that you have to take care of. You know, there's find a place, find the money for it, get the people to help. And with us, it's all volunteers, so it's hard to find people who have the time to do what all it takes.
When developing an exhibit, the project manager usually it starts from the beginning, even during development and design. So he or she goes through, and in my case I'm a he, so I go through and I through the entire process, and I have to get scientists together and artists together, and they both think very differently. They both really many times don't understand deadlines, neither group. And I'm the one that has to keep everybody together and focus on that dot out there on the horizon that is the deadline, the opening day of the exhibit. And keep, because everybody has big ideas. And then, so you just, and the committee keeps honing them down, but the project manager really has to say, dude, we don't have time for that. You know, it's a great idea, but
So if I could hire whomever I needed, I would hire somebody who does web design, who does marketing, an event planner, an event coordinator type person who could make arrangements to bring in the directors and that sort of thing.
So building exhibits is looking at things, trying to create them how they would appear in nature. So if we're building environments for an exhibit that would have for a natured area, it's just being skilled in seeing how that environment, what the type of plants and other organisms that are being used in that environment, as far as landscape.
The technology and the cost of the exhibits has gone way up. I mean, you know, writing a bunch of text and doing graphics is less expensive than buying TV monitors or computer monitors. Now touch screens. There's the smart board out here in the Galleria for UF Explorer. And of course, now with the cell phones, we're developing apps for the cell phone world out there too. And we're using Twitter, Facebook, all the social media networks out there. We have people that part of their job is to keep up with that and keep things moving. So.
Well, we do utilize our website, and that's very, very helpful. I mean, except for the time that we're having the festival, which at this point is a few days once a year, although we would like to expand that, the only face we have with the public is our website. So it's a very important tool for us. The challenge is trying to find the funding, and also, you know, to get businesses that are sustainable to come on board and become sponsors, to get organizations, environmental organizations, universities and so forth. I would like to engage them more and get them to help underwrite it, and then also to build an audience. You know, it's very challenging to get people to come, engage them, or get the word out.
Panel, you don't want, you want chunks of text, you know, so it doesn't look so bad for the person that read it. You also have to have a little comedy or something interesting to make them keep reading. The subtitles need to be, and of course you have to have an engaging topic. It's difficult to engage people on some animals. If you're talking about parrots or something, well, people love that. You talk about snails, a little bit more difficult. I work with snails. Worms, you know, it's just a little bit more difficult. So you have to think of other ways to do it. I think the figuring out how to do it is one of the biggest challenges that exhibit people.
More and more, all museums want more interactives.
Yeah.
And that's probably the biggest challenge we have as creating new exhibits as an artist or as scientists, is trying to create hands-on interactives. They're very difficult. They don't hold up well. You know, it's like trying to create them to where they're indestructible, but yet are able to really teach you something. These are the paddle designs, which are aluminum frames that are actual paddle shapes. So they're different paddle shapes for the exterior of the paddles, which you can actually see some of the shapes in the real paddles. And then you basically can put a piece of paper under it and create, you then can create your own pattern.
And then at the end, every one of the exhibits, we're usually working in them until 10 minutes before the opening. So just the adrenaline, putting the puzzle together, and the adrenaline of getting a team and putting it all together and then having it all done and you just walk away. It's absolutely fabulous. It's a wonderful feeling. And then people like it, we hope.
There are more and more festivals like ours all the time, and so I think that's a good thing, because that, you know, many more avenues to get the information out there. And also, over the course of just the last 6 or 7 years, the public is much more knowledgeable and aware of environmental issues. And so for us to be able to bring information now about how do we solve the problems instead of just raising awareness of the problems is a trend, and people want to know. So, you know, it's going in the right direction.